I
I
had
don't
a
know if
teacher that
yeah.
was just like, um, was explaining something, and then I asked like a clarifying question, like, "What did you mean by this?" And then they responded, "Don't be a smartass."
What the
And I was so
f-
confused, and I wasn't sure if it was one of those like autistic, like neurotypical miscommunication type things, but
Yeah.
I was just left confused and with my question unanswered.
Yep, that's very yep. That sounds about right. Hi.
Oh, hello. This is amazing. This is what people come for in game and chat.
This is a bug that has been in the game since launch and they still haven't patched it
Oh,
out. I love it. It's just
wow.
like a piece of I guess like an object that shouldn't be there and they just forgot to turn off collision or something.
One of my favorite game and chat moments is like I walked through a door which was supposed to be like the exit to the level,
Yeah.
but the character just kept walking, and it's like okay, he didn't exit the level, and now he's just in a black void, and he's still walking.
Oh my god.
And it just
I was
ended
playing
up being a bit for like 30 minutes.
I was playing it was the most recent Lego Star Wars game when it came out, and I was playing a level where you're on like the speeders on the Forest of Endor or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and I was just trying to go for everything. Like I was just trying to get as much of the collectibles as I could, and I bugged the game out somehow so that no matter what I did, it just kept like the forest just kept extending, and like we'd keep going, and I couldn't reach the end to the point that it just hit like oblivion. Like it just you eventually hit this wall of white and the speeder just kept going, and I was like, I think I broke something. I had to restart the level, which annoyed the shit out of me, but at the same time I was like, god damn, I wish I'd recorded that.
Hey Raven,
Holy
this is a
shit.
great story. This is a great story, and you can continue it, and you
Yeah.
can continue talking. But I
Yeah.
really need to. What's the word I'm looking for? Um, need to. I need to drain the dragon. Huh? Huh?
Please feel free. Please feel free to go drain your dragon.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hello, Game and Chat audience. Welcome to Just Raven. This is like what my streams are like. Actually, no, this isn't what my streams are like because I'm talking more. I've gone into this habit while I'm streaming that I just fucking stop talking, and it's like, oh wait, no, I meant to be fucking entertaining people. Anyway, hi. You all should follow me on Twitter. I talk a lot. Actually, don't. Twitter's about to die because it's a fucking cesspool of Elon Musk's bullshit. But if it's still around in the next few months, go follow me there because I talk a lot and I talk about games that I've collected and dumb shit that's happening in my life, and I like talking to people on Twitter, except when they're being fucking assholes. Anyway, Mitch is a good boy, and I'm not gonna say anything mean about him. Why would I do that? Like that's such a rude thing to do. The fucking I'm bad. This is me trying to improv for like by myself. This is very bad. How's your day going? Put down in the comments how your day is going. Yes or YN, is your day good? Please let me know. I am very interested in knowing how your personal day is going. Jarvis. No, I'm not gonna call out any of our viewers. Yeah, just put it down in the comments. Y or N, is day good? Yes, very. Hello. I don't think I talked enough about how much I love Spyro. I really love Spyro. Spyro's my favorite game ever. Like, not this one particularly. I think I like Spyro 2 more, but I own almost every Spyro game. It's like video games are my lifelong hyperfixation, and Spyro is like slightly above that, if that makes any sort of sense.
Well, if you love Spyro so much, why don't you marry him?
How long have you been back?
I've been back for a while. I've just been listening to this.
Fuck.
I just wanted to see if you could do a good solo commentary. Or if you were talking about me behind my back.
wearing armor in the ice cave.
No, why would I do such a thing?
Well, who's gonna be editing this?
Okay, like, I can
Speaking
try
of the
to,
show,
but, like,
speaking of the
I have a new, editing software that I'm trying out, so I can definitely give it a shot, but I do need to learn that software a little bit better. I'm using, DaVinci.
DaVinci?
DaVinci?
DaVinci? Is that
Yeah.
what you said?
Yes, I did.
I honestly, my partner's sick of seeing them on the timeline, but like
Oh, yeah.
I always smile whenever I see them because they
I-
just genuinely have the like most wholesome, like you can tell they're intentionally like acting stupid.
Yeah,
but
they're playing up for the memes, but they're
they're so
actually-
wholesome about it.
They are, they're like not pro, but they are like a wrestling duo. They're like pro.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've seen them in.
Wow.
I just caught a video of them doing actual wrestling shit. I'm like, oh,
I
they
didn't know
ain't
that.
half bad.
I just love this. I just love this one video that keeps popping up where they're just like, "You don't have anxiety or depression. Your life is good." They just keep saying like reaffirming things like that.
Oh god. They are very sweet. They are
Yeah.
very sweet individuals. Goodbye.
Something about a himbo reassuring me just makes me feel reassured.
100%. Like if Kronk came down from on high heaven and was like, "Hey, you're doing a great job," I would feel so much better about my day.
I would just immediately calm.
Oh my god. I had a bad experience that was turned into a nice experience the other day. This might get a little real, but
Okay.
I was going to work. I was on my way to work, and I was walking for a bus, and I was just stopped at a lights, and this group of dudes pulled up in front of me in their truck and started saying some really fucking gross things. Like, nothing transphobic, weirdly. More just like, you know, like, guys in a big group, like, when they just start saying really gross shit as a...
Oh yeah, I know the exact type that you're talking about.
As like a way of being like, aha, like, any reaction you give is just gonna be like, aha, got him.
Yeah,
that sort of
it doesn't even matter what your reaction is. Like, you could come up with the best possible comeback line, and they're still gonna act like they, you know, won whatever.
Yeah, my personal response was, good to know, thanks. You're
Yeah.
holding up traffic, good job.
Yeah.
And they pulled off, and I didn't think too much of it. But then some guy, like, just came up next to me and was like, hey, you alright? I'm like, yeah, I don't fucking... Like, even just, him just asking, are you alright? I was like, thank you.
Yeah,
A little bit of
just
common
like-
human decency, my god.
Slightest amount of common human decency. I have a similar story like that, where when I was in high school, I was being like bullied by like a bunch of boys, because you know, as you do. And there was this girl who was like a few years above us, probably a graduate or something like that. That probably didn't actually go to the school.
Yeah.
But she saw the bullying, and like a few days later, you know, there was this nice girl that was like working at the Donut King, and I was just like, you know, getting my order, and she was just like, oh, you know, I saw you the other day. Yeah, I hope you're doing okay, and then you know, just gave me like a little bit of reassurance, and I was just like, oh wow, like yeah, and I'm fine. And then she just gave me like 2 extra donuts that I didn't order.
That's sweet. That's really.
I was just like, wow.
yeah.
Actually, I don't know why it's always girls for some reason. But there was another situation where I was with my my friend in the city, and it was another donut as well. I was just like there was this guy that was like, yeah, I don't know what it was. There was this guy like harassing me in the line for like a donut, and like I was just like, yeah, whatever. And then I realized I couldn't afford the donut, so I was just like, whatever. We'll just get out of this situation and walk away.
Yeah.
And then this girl like chased me down. Like as I was walking through the city, I was like, hold on, and she like handed me like you know, the chocolate donut that I couldn't afford, and was just like, oh yeah, we're in the country for the like only for a few more days, and you know, wanted to do yeah. That was just
really
very sweet experience.
Very sweet.
It's the weirdest thing when a cute girl comes up to me and like does or says something nice to me.
Oh Oh my god. Kinda to yourself, you bitch.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I get that. I get that that same feeling. I've recently like rediscovered a few things about myself ever since figuring out I was in fact the Tran. One of them was so this was years ago. Like I was 18 or something. I had just dyed my hair red for the first time. I'd never dyed it before. It was like a really bright red. And this drunk dude fucking stumbles out of a bar and motions towards me. He's like, hey! And I was like, hi. And he was like, oh, no, oh, I thought you were my sister. You have the exact same hair. And I was like, oh. And I took that as like such a massive compliment for some reason. Fucking who knows why. I talked to my friends about it, and they're like, "That's kind of weird. Why you like getting compared to a girl?" And I was like, just write it off, joke, haha. But like now I look back, I'm like, that'd be why.
Remember, Game and Chat audience, you are not allowed to be transphobic. Don't be transphobic. Only a misogynist. That is all.
Please disrespect me because I am a woman, not because I am trans.
There was one where this TikToker was just like, oh, you know that the Harry Potter game's not going to be very good. Like, I don't understand throwing away your ally card for Harry Potter. If you're going to throw away your ally card, do it for Zelda. Be a transphobe for Zelda.
I mean, yeah, fair. Is Zelda transphobic?
I know it's not. But if something happened where like playing a game would support a transphobe and it indirectly like like do it for a good game, not one that's gonna be shite. Like as a joke.
Spyro and Crash are owned by a horrible mega corporation that has really bad work conditions, like known that is a fact, and don't treat women particularly well. However, they are my favorite franchises of all time, so of course I'm gonna give money to Daddy Kotick. What are you talking about?
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to like put like my foot down and make like a firm stance on something that I'm not like fully educated on.
No, of course not. Yeah.
But it is interesting how much the conversation changes based on the nuance of just like whether you're talking about Hogwarts Legacy, which is a very like mainstream like newsworthy thing, or whether you're talking about Overwatch, which also has like shitty people like who worked at that company, or if you're talking about Spyro the Dragon, or so many, like, it's just the tiny nuances of the conversation, like, significantly change the conversation.
Yeah, exactly. It's so weird.
But, like, everyone draws their own subjective line. It's very hard to, like, to draw an objective line in the sand and be like, you're a good person on this side of the line and a bad person on this side of the line.
Yeah. I have a...
Did that guy just run off the cliff?
Yeah, he did. They keep running, and if they don't hit you, they just fucking die in one way or another.
Real Koopa Trooper mentality.
I know, right? I have a friend that comes to all my streams, and we talk a lot about shit, and he's very, oh god. He's very,
just came around the corner.
He's very draws a line on shit kind of dude.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Ubisoft, because I don't like a lot of stuff that Ubisoft makes, because they don't make any Rayman anymore. But, yeah, I don't like a huge amount of the stuff, but they just announced a new Prince of Persia game, which looks fucking incredible.
Is that the side-scrolling one?
Yeah, it is. It's being made by the same Ubisoft team who make the Rayman games, so I'm very, very here for it. And he was like, yeah, I would never buy anything from Ubisoft again. I'm like, unfortunately, they got me.
They did it. They got you.
God damn them. So it's like, okay. There are certain companies I'm like, yeah, I probably will never buy anything from them. But then, like, they'll announce one thing and I'm like, fuck. I'll draw the line in the sand with Rockstar. I will not buy anything from fucking Rockstar, except, you know, all the old games, all the old GTA games that they're not making money off anymore, so fuck them.
Remember EA Games challenge everything? Yeah, well, they made everything a challenge for their consumers.
Listening to him.
I was talking with someone at work yesterday, like, yeah, that EA kind of made it an industry standard to just make shit games, and I was like, oh, you're not wrong. Like,
I love the
I'm
meme
pretty
that's just like E. just something about repeating the same letter over and over again just cracks me up.
The one that gets me all the time is, old
Yeah.
MacDonald had a farm, EA Sports.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's so good!
So fucking funny.
That's hilarious!
I was on the floor the first time I heard that. I was like, oh my god.
That is actually amazing.
I'm going to think differently about things now.
Yeah, this has changed my life, my
My
perspective
life
on
is
the world.
different.
I love my favorite type of meme is the one where like a person or a character will like say something and then scream, but like as they scream, they start fading out of existence.
Yep, that is.
You see those?
The moist critical meme of him just going woo and then fading.
Or the one where Tom Scott like vapes and then like as he's like coughing out the smoke, he just fades out of existence. Or like there's one where he like says 3 gibberish words, but when he like says the second gibberish word, because the third one is he just fades away in the third one. And the video is titled like something like, oh, he unlocked the secret code word that like destroyed all his molecules or something.
Oh, it's the best.
Amazing. Have you ever seen Matt Pat out of context?
I feel like everything I've ever seen of Matt Pat has been out of context. No, I haven't. Yeah.
There's a couple. There's one where he's like on a live stream clip where like his wife is like, oh, remember to watch your calories and, you know, drink plenty of water. And then he's just like, don't tell me how many calories I can eat, you bitch!
Oh my god! Jesus!
He just screams that out of nowhere on a live stream. Like, it just
like,
cuts when he
okay.
says bitch.
Okay, honey.
I think
oh my god.
I think it was a joke. I think it was a
No, of
bit he
course.
was doing.
Sometimes when I have nothing else to watch or I'm just a bit bored, I will find like really, really fucking long compilations of of YouTubers or Let's Players that I like.
Yes.
Shockingly, I found a 12-hour video of Grump stuff, and it was a lot of like their best shit. Like
It's usually always Grump stuff.
yeah, I know, right? They got through all of the the best, I'd say, modern stuff, and then they just decided to do a quick section of JonTron things, and
Yeah.
I distinctly remember one clip that I was like, oh my god, like,
Yeah.
wow, John
Technically-
really did say some things, huh?
Yeah, some of that is like lost media now because like Aaron deleted a bunch of the more offensive stuff off of the channel.
Not shocking. But
Speaking
like,
of,
yep.
yeah.
Oh, no,
I was just gonna say really quickly.
Yep.
We did the thing. I was just gonna say really quickly. What is your opinion on this? So Frico has the classic not so grump JonTron hoodie from way back in the day.
Oh.
And I was like super tempted to like ask him for the hoodie and take it to the Game Grumps concert.
That would have been funny. Like, you know, sure. Like, I know there is still a big section of fans who love the JonTron years and shit. Even though John as a person seems to have kind of fallen off a cliff.
I don't know how to read that man because like he will say like, oh, people are extrapolating things from, you know, what I said that I didn't actually mean, and then a few seconds later he'll go apolitical for a while, and then he'll tweet something like, oh, I don't want to hear about pronoun stuff, I just want to grill burgers.
Yeah,
It's
fucking.
like, what the fuck are you saying? What does that mean?
John.
What does
John.
that mean?
I think he just needs to be taken away from all social media platforms. Have you seen? So like he went off social media for a bit and then he came back and he was like, he took that break and he came back. He was like, yeah, my Reddit's been taken over by this guy called Scott the Waz.
Scott the Waz. Sounds like a terminal illness.
Yeah, and he like mentions it on Twitter, and I think Scott just returned it with like, man, I've always wanted to meet the guy who said something really horrible about black people. Like, you know, just effectively, like, in the nicest way possible, called him a racist asshat. And then John just responded with, what the hell, man? I just wanted to say hi, and, like, you know, like, I feel like I'm being really attacked now. I'm like, John.
So there was some legitimate drama there, because, like, I know that, when JonTron made his terminal illness joke, Scott the Waz in a follow-up video, like, completely unrelated, is like, he was holding up a piece of paper in one of his normal game reviews, and on the back of the paper it says, "I'm not a terminal illness, you are." But it's like written upside down, so you have to like look for it.
That sounds exactly like the way Scott would fucking respond to something like that.
But that actually, it also reminded me though of, I don't remember which controversial YouTuber it was, but there was this like controversial YouTuber who like added Neil Cicierega in something. And it was just like, hey, I really like your stuff. And Neil Cicierega was just like, awesome. Your stuff's okay, I guess, but you said some like really like racist things in the past.
Yep. So, no thank you.
Yeah, it's like, I appreciate it, but also stop being a racist.
I do remember when the JonTron controversy started, like, a lot of people started pointing to, yeah, he's always been like this, and so were Aaron and Susie and Ross and all that, and, like, the grunts were just like that, and a lot of stuff kind of got dug up, but, like, all of them just kind of be like, we're really not those people anymore, but John never really stopped.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily that he didn't stop, it's more that he hasn't, like, demonstrated, like, I guess, blatant change, if that makes sense. He goes, like, quiet for a while and then pretends nothing happened, but he doesn't retract any of the things he actually said.
No,
he just goes quiet and pretends it didn't happen. Which is, like, to be fair, Channel Awesome did the same thing, and they're, like, on top again. So it's like, clearly it works sometimes.
Yeah. The thing I was gonna bring up was, like, I was watching a clip. It's from their Sonic 06 playthrough where they're naming the Lovelies, like you know, the name that the Game Grumps fans have had for years, the fucking Lovelies.
Yeah.
I forgot that was like a bit at one point, and it's like Aaron just being like, Lovelies. I think we should call them Lovelies, and then John's just like trying his hardest to come up with a dumb name in the background, and then just as the episode cuts, he's like, we should call them